What's it like being the twin your parents never wanted? When my twin brother Luther broke mom's favorite vase at 8, I got the belt because I should have been watching him better. Meanwhile, he got ice cream for being upset about the mess. That was the day I understood my place in our family. Dad yanked me out of bed by my hair and made me stand in the corner for 3 hours as further punishment. Luther sat on the couch eating chocolate chip ice cream watching me cry. When we were 13, Luther stole money from mom's purse. She slapped me so hard my ear rang for days, screaming that I was teaching him bad habits and should have taught him better. Luther used the money to buy a new video game. I started working at McDonald's at 14, saving every penny. Mom said work would keep me out of trouble. Luther got a $500 weekly allowance for maintaining his C average. At 17, Luther crashed Dad's BMW while driving drunk from a party. The next morning, my parents sold my Honda Civic that I'd bought myself working overtime shifts. They said it was punishment for not driving him home that night. And Luther needed reliable transportation more than I did since he had a social life to maintain. They bought him a brand new Mustang. I took the bus to work in the snow while Luther revved his engine in the school parking lot. By then, I'd saved $15,000 working every shift I could get. At our 18th birthday party, my parents threw Luther a surprise party with 50 guests, a DJ, and catered food. Everything in the house said, "Happy birthday, Luther," down to the customized napkins. That was nothing compared to what happened 2 months after our birthday. Luther got arrested for assaulting a bartender who cut him off. The security footage was disgusting, showing Luther jumping over the bar and beating him even after he was limp, tearing the guy's face apart. Mom called me at work, hysterical. She needed my college savings immediately. $15,000 exactly. Every penny I'd saved working grease-filled shifts while Luther partied. Dad grabbed the phone and explained that Luther faced 5 years minimum without a private attorney. They'd already listed the house for sale to afford the $50,000 lawyer who promised to get him probation instead. Then he dropped the real bomb. They were using the house money to buy a small 2-bedroom apartment downtown. 1 bedroom for them, 1 for Luther when he got out. Wait, where am I supposed to live? Mom got back on and laughed. You actually thought you'd be coming with us? After all the damage you've done to this family? Luther needs stability when he gets out. You need to learn the consequences. They gave me 3 days to transfer the money or they'd never speak to me again. I gave them everything. They didn't speak to me for years after that. 7 years passed. I lived in my car and couch surfed for those years saving my money. I earned my counseling degree taking night classes while working 3 jobs. Nobody came to my graduation. I built my practice from nothing, specializing in helping abused children find their voices. By 25, I was blessed to own a house and call it a home. But after years of silence, I decided to surprise my parents on Christmas Day, thinking maybe we could talk and be a family now. I stood on their doorstep with expensive gifts, shivering in the December snow. Mom opened the door, looking at me with disgust. "Mom, I thought we could spend Christmas? Luther's girlfriend is using the couch. There's no room for you. I could sit on the floor. I just want." Dad appeared behind her, grabbing the gifts from my arms. "Is this all? Nothing in your car?" When I shook my head, he shut the door in my face. Through the window, I watched them open my gifts. Luther's girlfriend was wearing the sweater I'd knitted for Mom 3 Christmases ago, the one I'd mailed but never heard about. That was the day I decided there was nothing I could do. But 1 year later, my phone rang at midnight. Mom was screaming so loud I had to hold the phone away from my ear. Luther had stolen their rent money, all $8,000, and disappeared on a bender. They'd found him in jail 3 states away. "We're getting evicted in 3 days unless you wire us $15,000 tonight, the same amount they took from me. You took my $15,000 7 years ago." Dad's voice came on. "Listen carefully. You owe us everything. We kept you fed and clothed for 18 years despite you making Luther's life harder with your constant need for attention." Before I could respond, Mom grabbed the phone back. "We already know you have it. I saw your house on Instagram. Nice pool with marble countertops. Must be nice living like that while Luther suffers in jail and we're facing eviction because we spent everything helping him." I said, "No thank you," and hung up.